Good day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome to our second live stream and final NRL live stream, preseason live stream reaction of the night. Tonight, we're going to be reacting to the Cowboys versus the Penrith Panthers. A game which, based on the lineups, should look pretty obvious. Unless you're going to look at the teams by reputation, in which case it would point you in a completely different direction, this way instead of this way. I don't know what this looks like on your screen, which way, but I was trying to put it the Panthers there, trying to put it the Cowboys there. Hope you're all having an amazing night so far as we get ready for a big game between the Cowboys and the Penrith Panthers here on the channel at BB Prince Stadium in Mackay. About 4 minutes till kickoff is due. Also, legends, shout out to the Canberra Raiders for their win over the Melbourne Storm in our first stream of the day. It was a pretty dominant victory from them, where they won with a whopping huge points tally of 32-6 in our last stream today. Let's hope we get something a bit closer with this one, though. Who knows with how much more first team the Cowboys are. We have said, though, that the juniors, they have a good history of giving it in preseason to the top players. In terms of lineups for this one, for the North Queensland Cowboys, just 3 minutes till kickoff, legends. Scott Drinkwater lines up at fullback with Braden Burns and Murray Taulagi on the wings. Zach Labour and Jackson Purdue are your centres, with Jake Clifford and Tom Dearden in the halves. Dearden captains the side as well, the Queensland legend. Cohen Haas and Jason Tamalolo in the props, and big name here, Reid Marnie at hooker. That's right, legends. Reid Marnie, the former Parramatta Eel and Bulldog himself there. With the second rowers being Helen Lukey and Sam McIntyre. Lukey coming in from a very, very long stint out of the field with an injury. And Ruben Cotter at lock there. Spotter Cotter, as we call him here on the channel. Not sure if anyone else calls him that, but that's what we call him here. Sonny Luke, Thomas McHaley, Matthew Lodge, and I think Kayo Donnell or Liam Sutton round up the rest of the bench. As for the Penrith Panthers, Jackson Edgar is the fullback with Jesse McLean and Nick Murphy on the wings. Patrick Moy and Sione Fanua are in the centres. I wonder if Patrick Moy can be related to Fui Moy. Keon Skips and Kurt Foles are your hubs. Kurt Foles, the only real ones will remember Kurt Foles, had a great game or two for the Penrith Panthers a year or two back. In the forwards at prop, we have Delia Wigmore and Toby Crosby. Billy Scott is the hooker. I've heard a little bit about Billy Scott. He's no Riley Smith, but I've heard he's all right. With Zachariah Clark and Kalani going in the second row, and Phillips Billy in the lock position. Jensen Toy, Jacob Varlo, Vea Tapatua, and Harry Armstrong are the interchange. I think Harry Armstrong's a former Knight, right? Or something. I remember the name Harry Armstrong. We've also got a ton of players that you'll probably see at some point in the game, including PNG Go, Robert Darby, Jackson Paolo, Harrison Edwards, Kai O'Donnell, Ethan King, Mason Barber, Liam Sutton, Patia, Isaiah Scanlan, Jariah Lydiard, Prey Porter, Hami Loza, and more legends. Should be a really fun game of rugby league with plenty of names. I hope you're all having a lovely night as we get ready for it here. Not too long till kickoff now. They're officially out on the field now. Genuinely hurts to see Marnie in Cowboys gear. It's how I felt when he went to Bulldogs, legend. You're just literally feeling how I felt, man. Absolutely, it does hurt. I feel a little better seeing him in Cowboys gear, but it's never easy seeing a player leave your club and wear new colours, is it? It's always a tough one, especially if you liked the player. It's how I feel with Dylan Brown right now. So tough. It's probably going to be a really hard stream tomorrow when the Newcastle Knights play the Bulldogs, but we will do it anyways, legends, with loyalty. We'll enjoy it. We'll do it. It's my obligation to you. I have to get it done. I have to do that. It's how we do things here on the channel. In fact, let me know, legends, on the poll that's about to pop up in a second, who you think's winning between the Cowboys, yeehaw, or the Panthers. Boom. Poll up. Officially, you can start tipping, legends, for your winner in today's matchup between the two. Feel free to vote on that there. North Queensland Cowboys, Penrith Panthers, BB Prince Stadium, preseason kickoff to finish off some Friday night footy. What could be better than that? Cowboys have officially kicked us off. Penrith Panthers open up with the ball here. It's a short pass from Skips over to his supporting middle, who rushes forward with speed to go down to the ground now. I'm keen to see how Galvin goes tomorrow. Yeah, Lockie Galvin tomorrow. That will be interesting for the Doggies versus the Newcastle Knights. I'm keen about that too, man. Lachlan Galvin versus Brown. Galvin originally was going to be the replacement for Brown. Didn't end up happening, though. The could have been replacement versus the guy that we needed to replace. Who shall reign supreme? We'll talk about that more when we head over to that. But yeah, it will be interesting tomorrow. Over to the middle now. And it's a beautiful tackle on Billy Phillips from none other than Cohen Hess. And with a clearance in the air, Kurt Falls, he has that first grade ability in him. I know I referred to most of the Panthers as juniors, but mate, Kurt Falls ain't really completely a junior. You know, he's definitely a player that can hold his own in the first grade if he wants to. And the Cowboys through the middle here, just smashing with force here. They have a belief in them to get the job done here. Over to the right now, Reed Marnie with his first bit of service, I think, of his Cowboys career there. And down it goes here. Now to the left here, Reed Marnie again, Taumalolo, Jason Taumalolo. The streets will not forget 2018 and 19, Jason Taumalolo, a completely different beast in those years. I believe there was a time where he was literally the face. He was one of the players you just knew, you know, but that's kind of cooled down the last couple of years. It's become your Clearys, your Walshes instead. As the Cowboys hit it in the air here. And oh, he collected it, but he didn't collect it easy there. The Penrith Panthers on the back road here. Going forward, Jackson Edgar very lucky to be able to maintain possession there. Down he goes to the ground here. Kate says, yeehaw. I'll give you one, mate. Yeehaw. Love that with the Cowboys when they play. Over to the middle now, and oh, goodness me. Penrith Panthers with something that you never like to see, an early error, it seems like. And the Cowboys should get the ball from pretty much in front, it looks like. Bad play of the ball, is that the call? I think so. Penrith Panthers will have to defend a full set from the 10-meter line thanks to this now. Now with a tap and go, Reed Marnie over to Jason Taumalolo, who looks to use his size to show off some of his past efforts, you know, show some of that glimpse of what he once were. Now over to Marnie again. Dearden finds his way to Scott Drinkwater, and on the edge, the Cowboys have a try in under 5 minutes. Braden burns the competition and has sizzled them like a sausage on the barbie. The Cowboys have lassoed in the 4 points of truth and made it 4-0 to the Cowboys. And the Panthers officially trail before they've even gotten a sniff of attacking football in this game. Will the Cowboys score first? That they will, Cade. That they will. I hope Marnie scores as Rinakama. Honestly, man, I would not complain with Reed Marnie getting a try. With how this game looks like it could end up, Reed Marnie could get 7. Oh, my goodness. Braden Burns ever so quickly. And it seems to be the day for taking number 2s. Every number 2 you could imagine has taken its shot through the hole and gone in for a try. 79 games, 28 tries for Braden Burns. And he's looking to continue to put that number up as we move on further and further in this game to more further horizons. How about that, legends? Let's go. This has been an absolutely incredible start for the Cowboys. That's crazy. An ex-Bulldog scores. Absolutely crazy, legend. Absolutely, that was crazy. 4-0, waiting on the kick now. Let's go, says Mel. Let's go. Let's go. We'll try to remain as neutral as possible, but that is a huge start for the North Queensland Cowboys. And the Panthers tippers are going to be getting a little bit more nervous about tipping them after that. And for the first 5 minutes, as it stands, a rookie error from a team of rookies costs them the first points of the match. Penrith Panthers, lucky enough, Cowboys missed the kick. Only trail by 4 as we hit it over to Tom Dearden, who passes short to Cohen Hess. And Hess! Are we sure that's Hess and not Haas? Absolutely brilliant. Then over to Lukey. Lukey with speed, Reed Marnie saying, for goodness sake, as he looks to pass to the left and gets it to Tamalolo. Reed Marnie serving to Tamalolo might be one of the most dangerous prospects in the NRL. And just moving around neatly here, Reed Marnie got the ball and decided to go alone there on that play. 50% of the way through the set. Oh, never mind. Cut my words in half and served them on a slice of toast. It is now a full set again. Ruben Cotter now through the line here, and the spotter Cotter will manage to find his way to the 40 here. Marnie to Dearden. Dearden over to Drinkwater. Line ball pass there that the ref says is fine. Over to the left side here. The forward squeezes now. My cousin played for the Cows, Cade, a few years back now. Did he, Mel? That's pretty cool to know, actually. I did not know that. You know what else I didn't know? That Tom Dearden was going to fly over for a try, particularly. Oh, barely grabbed by the legs. Braden Burns tries a smash ball here on 4th tackle. Couldn't quite manage it. And there's still one more tackle left in this set. 59 meters gained. Paul Roy. That sounds... That does sound kind of like, as somebody who does research, it does sound familiar. Low kick through the line. The Cowboys collect. And it's too neat for them. We have another try on the board for them. Too easy. We'll take a look at that in a second, Mel, because that's actually a really cool factor I'd like to get into. But there you go. A try for the Cowboys. They just had to score on the checkup. And I think that was Jackson Purdue. Started off a brilliant run from Tom Dearden where he somehow managed to completely rip apart their line like they were nothing. They were like a steak, you know, they were a freshly made rough steak. You just couldn't chew it right. And then kick through and looks like the Panther almost thought, I can't back myself not to knock this on. But honestly, if he knew how that was going to end, he probably would have done that. Rahehe. Gotcha. Rahehe. Let's see, Knights. Oh, I see 72 games. Yeah, 2003-05. He's a bit before my time, but it did sound familiar. Yeah. He was at the Cowboys till around the time I was born, where he went to the Warrington Wolves. That's really interesting to see. What's live? Me live reacting to the game, legend. That's what's live, and it's the Cowboys versus the Panthers that has just become 8-0 thanks to a try from the North Queensland Cowboys. Number 3, Jackson Purdue there. First try was by Braden Burns, and now it's 8-0. And the North Queensland Cowboys aren't even 10 minutes into this game and are fully all over the Penrith Panthers in this one. Scott Drinkwater from a kind of awkward angle, but he should probably get this one in. And he slots it. 10-0 to the Cowboys. And the Cowboys showing their best footy today. Right now, it just seems like that difference in lineups just is doing all of the rounds for them. If Panthers concede 50 or more in a trial, does this mean they can't win the comp? Well, yes. Liam Memes, I don't think that we account that rule usually for like preseason as much, but I am happy to include that rule since it's the Panthers. Since it's the Panthers, yes, I'm more than happy to include that as a rule, Liam Eves. More than happy. Purdue already in my Supercoach team. After that, I don't blame you. Huge moment for him now. Honestly, he'll be in my Supercoach team too if he keeps playing like that. North Queensland Cowboys over to second tackle here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, legends. It's going to be a legendary night here for the Cowboys, it seems like. Tamalolo over through the middle here. There's 4 forwards on him. How is he still moving? How is he still moving? And here we go. Long kick here from them. Penrith down the right. And it looks okay there. Reid Marnie, man. What a signing he's looking to be for them now. Like, he has been brilliant today as like a service. And that long kick, it was an incredible effort there to even try for that. You know, not every player every day has the ambition to put in an effort for a 20 like that. And the Panthers are drowning right now, says Cade Mills. Not for long, Cade, as they've just gotten themselves a penalty. Lukey lost his cool for a second and gets it on top of them now. And now 35 metres here. The Panthers tapping and going to the right. Half an hour still to go in the first half. We haven't even hit 10 minutes yet in the first half. How incredible is that here? And the Cowboys are just all over them like they're nothing. The Penrith Panthers need to find something in this set here if they want to get back momentum in this game that they never had yet. Panthers, here we go to the right now. Billy, go Billy. Run, Billy, run! Billy, go Billy! Now to the left. Finds the pass here. You remember me, I'm an OG. Of course I remember you, Mr. NRL. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to have you here, legends. Will Cowboys score again? Yes, 110%. In fact, you know what? I'll stake my life on the fact that they'll score again in this game. Panthers hit it in the air to the left here. And it lands in the Panthers' arms. They keep going. It's a kick in the air. It's a kick in the air, Panthers. Surely. And oh no. Murray Talangi has managed to get it. Tough luck for the Panthers. They did everything in their power. They even had a lock kicking Billy Phillips. All of the effort, but none of the execution. You know, they made a lovely 5-star dinner, but then dropped it in the bin accidentally. And then had the trash served on the plate. Now Murray Talangi to the 30 here. For those watching at home or just listening, you know, and can't actually see the game, Cowboys are attacking from the left to the right of your screens, and vice versa for Panthers from the right towards the left, you know. There you go. And over to the halfway line here, 29 minutes on it. They get to the 40 red meter. And the Cowboys, Scott Drinkwater, wrapped up neatly there. New South Wales representative right there. What should be Queensland representative Harry Grant didn't exist there. Reid Marnie passes it over to Taumalolo. And now, Marnie again with service to Drinkwater. I still think that spine has had a great addition with Reid. If only they also had Robson. I think Reid and Robson would have been tough for people to deal with, you know, as a duo. But it would have cost too much to have because they're too elite to have together in the same team. Drinkwater, they're spinning around to the left here. This could be a try for the Cowboys again. Not quite. Now Reid Marnie goes alone. Passes. It's another try. Scott Drinkwater. And they're absolutely having a party. Party at Drinkwater's place. Population North Queensland, 14-0. And I told you I'd stake my life on it. They score again. 14-0 to the North Queensland Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater and the Cowboys are just all over it today. Absolutely incredible stuff here. They knew exactly what they had to do, and that was performed tonight. And so far, they're doing it brilliantly. They just have to make sure to not do what they did versus the Bulldogs, where they started to slack off after a while and almost blew it. They need to make sure that this is a complete dominance throughout the entire game, while neutrals will be praying that they do slack off and Panthers get away back into this to make the game a little more interesting. But for some people, just a high-scoring game's entertaining enough, right? Cowboys are suffocating the Panthers, says Cade. Is this going to be Dogs versus Cowboys repeat? Potentially. If the Cowboys aren't too careful, it could be an exact repeat, legend, if they're not too careful. They're going to have to hold their breath, their pride, and be certain to keep this up. But for now, it is 16-0 to the North Queensland Cowboys. And we're not even halfway through the first half yet. If the Cowboys can get a huge win on the board here, wouldn't it be epic for them? They need a big win heading into the season, I reckon. They've got a tough one ahead if they're not too careful with how good some of the teams above them are. The irony coming from a Para fan of that is not lost on me. For now, though, 16-0's the scoreline. Penrith Panthers kick it off again. Dearden to Hess. And Dearden to Hess seems to be the go-to start to any of these sets from the looks of it. It seems to be a strategy they've got. Hess just runs in with speed. Speaking of speed there, Lukey on the second. That's another big plan they seem to be going with. Over to Tamalolo, who goes short to the left here. Cohen has, oh my goodness, they keep pushing them off here. The poor Penrith boys, leave them alone. Held on the ground. And it's 6 again for a ruck infringement. Reed saw it coming. And now he goes over to the right here. It's a good pass. And breaking through the line. He's going to break my screen there, Purdue. Passes backwards. And that's a Panthers knock on potentially. It's collected by Cowboys again. Braden Burns for the try line. And this is going to be absolutely epic. Moved way too quick for Kayo to be able to keep up with. But it's a try for the Cowboys. They just ran 30 meters. It was a mess. It'll probably get reviewed by the bunker. But for now, out of nowhere, once again, it's 20-0. The Cowboys. This game, unfortunately, shaping up to be exactly what was predicted of it. As it stands, Burns may have his double. Got to watch this again from Purdue. Through the right, yeah. Does the pass. Panthers hit it backwards. He loses it forwards. It's neatly collected by the Cowboys again. Offloaded to Burns. And Burns just rolls on in. Clean try. As easy as you like. And this is an absolute bloodbath, as Rinakama Season says. This is not going to be pretty for Panthers. In fact, Panthers fans, cover your eyes now. We can spare you the pain. Braden Burns has another with a kick to come here. It is 20-0 in less than 20 minutes. And this is how you know the difference between a senior team and a junior team. Stuff like this. It's how quick they go from the ruck, you know. It's how... It's their experience with the speed on the defense. It's the... You know, it's their management of their fitness. There's just so much to it. So much to it that you don't really think about at times. But when you put them next to the kids, you see it, don't you? Not to say that the Penrith boys necessarily that they all can blame themselves too hard for this. Like it's genuinely just experience. But you know, it's a real shame that they're just getting absolutely obliterated, because I would have liked to have seen a bit more of a fight from them so far. Hopefully this motivates them to do better. But 22-0 now. It's a bloodbath. They're suffocating. I'm hearing everything anti the Panthers right now. Can't see the Panthers fans anywhere after this. It's an absolute bloodbath. And the former Bulldog, Rabbitoh, whatever you want to call him, Braden Burns has been a real journeyman, gets over. At 22-0, though, I am just in shock. I didn't think I'd have to have commentated that many tries already in this one, even with the difference in teams. It's just crazy. Tom Dearden over to Hess, the routine, as we've said earlier. They're kind of just doing the same thing over and over, and it's working. Not going to lie to you legends at home. And then to the right here, Reed Marty with short service to Lukey, switching on the Penrith Panthers a little in the defence there. Good stuff from Sione Fanua on the defence there. Now over to the left here. Down the middle is Spotter Cotter, as we call him on the channel, the North Queenslander and Queensland representative in Origin. Tamalolo! With big speed there. Had to take a big hit from Billy Phillips to stop him. Reed Marnie, awkward long shot there. Down to the left here. Moving around. Little tippy toes there from the center. Jackson Purdue forward now. Purdue gets over to the 10-meter line here. Now on the 10-meter line, a small chip kick in the air here. Cowboys collect again. They want another try potentially. They want another try. He's not going to be able to get there. Enough Panthers are there to stop him, but that was a scare, if I do say so myself, for them. It might be 100-0, says Liam Eames. Honestly, it is getting to that point, isn't it? It's just try. Try. Credit where it's due to Shalagi, too. He actually got really close, considering there should have been no way for him to nearly score that. I'll be on the Panthers hate watch this season, says Winnacama. Fair enough, legend. Fair enough. I think that once a team wins, you don't want them to win anymore, right? Makes sense. Will the Cowboys make it 26-0? Yes, they will at some point. I'm sorry. Unless the Panthers do something crazy soon, they will. And I'm kind of on the fence. Sorry about that. Panthers get themselves to the halfway line now. Short pass through the middle. Simple set play there from Kurt Foles. And just walking up to it here, it's Billy Scott. With the service there to Folesy. Folesy finds his supporting prop there with Toby Crosby. Toby Crosby now goes to the left here, 40. Nearly to the 30 here. And it's a good fend off there. Zachary Clark. And, disappointing end now. Wait, never mind. It's not a knock-on. It's a callback. He offloaded too early. Okay. Panthers through the middle here. Almost to the 20. Full set. They've got one more left. Kicks low here. There's speed on it, but Scott Drinkwater is ready for it too much. Quick pressure from the Panthers. Good on them there, all things considered. 22-0 down. To have that speed to stop them is brilliant stuff. Marty and Cowboys, yeah, I know what you mean. It's an interesting sight, isn't it? A very interesting sight. It most likely won't be a thriller. I just want to see the Cowboys destroy the Panthers. Fair enough, legend. If you love Panthers hate, this is the place, I guess, right? Looking at that, how it's going right now. Don't forget to vote on the poll if you haven't yet, legends, for probably the Cowboys to win this one, unless you're a very bold risk taker. In which case, good on you. I respect the heck out of you for taking that kind of risk. Over to the left here, Adidon. Whoa, what a clearance in the air. So, what a clearance. What a clearance. That's just beautiful. And the Penrith Panthers get them down. And Hyland Lukey gives away a penalty too, it looks like, actually. Switched off my brain for a second there, legends. My bad. But penalty, it looks like. Bad tackle. Pushed the high contact. Yep, high contact above the shoulders. Kurt Foles here to take the kick here, and they're going to get over to the 30-meter line now on their own side still here. Once again, attacking from the right to the left for the Penrith Panthers. We're nearly halfway through the first half, now officially at 22-0. It's been a couple minutes where the Panthers have stopped them from scoring now. Burns to the right. Finds his forward there, and Toby Crosby will go down. Back right here, they're just looking to use their size, their speed, try and find a way through here. You know, they haven't had much to do in this game so far. Back left. Dummy here. Almost on their way through. Fourth tackle now. 2 left in the set here. It's a good service from Billy Scott. Billy Scott goes over to Billy Phillips. That's right. It's Billy to Billy now and over to Foles. The Billies have fallen. The Billy Bongs have fallen, legends. It's official. Now over to the left here. There is nobody to receive the play of the ball. And the Cowboys collect it from the Panthers. Now over to the right here. That's right. The Muppets served it to nobody, the poor lad. There was nobody there. Nobody there. Only Jake Clifford and his wonderful manly hands. Reed Marnie to Burns through the middle. This might sound like a biased opinion, but Preston and Kickow are the best record duo. That does sound a little biased, but I will give you credit that I do think at their best, they are arguably one of the best. Yes, I'll give you credit there. And especially as a Dogs fan, I don't blame you whatsoever for saying that. So don't worry, okay? That opinion, we don't. One thing we make very clear on this channel is to not call people stupid for having an opinion. In fact, I think that opinion's actually understandable, and I see it from your perspective, you know? That's the goal usually with the channel, to let people have their opinions and respect it. You know, we want to be a really inclusive channel. So, yeah, credit to you where it's due. Fair enough. They're a very good second rower partnership. For people who did not see the Raiders Storm game, Raiders 32, full-time 6 Storm. Yeah, exactly, legend. Exactly. For those that didn't see it, it was 32-6 in favor of the Raiders versus the Storm. Anyways, legends, with 18 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first half, they are on their drinks break here, okay? So I'm not ignoring the game. They are on their drinks break. They are having drinks, which means they are not playing for at least like 5-ish minutes, a couple minutes, you know? It's going to be fine, legends. They'll be back in no time. You'll be chilling. We're having a blast with it, all right? We'll be talking more probably about them breaking away again here. The North Queensland Cowboys just absolutely mounting pressure on the Penrith Panthers. And any rookie would probably struggle with the kind of pressure they're getting put on them here by the Cowboys. The Cowboys are just on another level in this game today so far. And I'm pretty confident that we're going to see the Cowboys come away with the win today. But there's still an entire second half. If I'm the coach of the Panthers, I'm telling them they can do that in one half. You can do it in the other guys, all right? That's just how it goes. Scotty Drinkwater. For those of you who haven't been watching the game and are curious who the try scorers were in today's game, I've got you sorted. Well, there's been none for the Panthers, but in the second minute, we got a try for Braden Burns. Jackson Purdue scored in the 5th minute. Scott Drinkwater in the 11th. And Braden Burns bagged a double with the 14th minute. And from there on in, we've kind of had a bit of a stalemate when it comes to tries. But it's sure to kick off again very, very soon when it comes to that. I have no doubt. You know what? Bold call. We're going to get a try in the next 5 minutes of rugby league. I'm calling it now here, legends. All right. In fact, I'm starting the stopwatch when that hits by 5 minutes. I'm wrong, but Cowboys with a full set from in front on the scrum here. All right. I've got it going. I've got the timer going. Down to the left here, and oh my God, it wasn't even 12 seconds. It wasn't even 12 seconds, and Jay Clifford has gone down the left side. I knew it would be less than 5 minutes. Boom. Absolutely incredible from the North Queensland Cowboys. It is 26-0 now. Jake Clifford, the former Newcastle Knight, flies on through for an incredibly quick and easy try on the wing. He doesn't get too many down that edge. And Reid Marnie with the simple service. Marnie, what a player he is. I stand by it with his time at the Dogs. Reid Marnie is a decent hooker. He just needs you to play the way he plays. He's a very simple hooker at the best of it, you know. If you let him, it's why he worked with Mitchell Moses and stuff so well. If you serve to hit, like Mitchell's the kind of player, for example, if you're a team with players that need the service given to them, Reid's your guy. If you need a hooker who will do extra things like the big runs and little special like X factor things, probably not Reid Marnie. Reid will get the job done for you, and that's what he does brilliantly. And he'll also do it passionately for you as well. And Scott Drinkwater now with the kick. And he's got it. It's 28-0. Well, they're kicking better than the Raiders did last game, but it's still a one-sided affair. And we might have to rename today One-Sided Friday. How do I watch Livestream on my Android phone? I've never actually owned an Android, legend, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. If any of the viewers in the chat have ever, maybe they could help out, but I am not certain about that, legend. What I do know is that it's available on Kayo and Fox League. I don't know about anywhere else you can watch it, unfortunately, according to the NRL app. I do hope you are able to, though. Worst case scenario, you're here and I'll update you, all right? Cowboys are blowing out the Panthers. Blowing them out hard, legend, hard. They're blowing them out. They're bleeding. They're bleeding badly. And, bad kickoff from the Panthers. The Cowboys land on the outside, and it goes out of play. There you go. The North Queensland Cowboys are just all over them. They're just going so hard on them. They want a huge win, don't they, today? a huge win. 28-0's not enough. They're going to hit the 30s in first half. You know what? They could hit the 40s if they keep playing how they're playing. It's just that one-sided between them here. The North Queensland Cowboys to the 20 now. These are the two sides to every game. That's why you got to play for the full 80 and not slop in the second half and you're up by heaps. Exactly, Redekama. They've got to do this for 80. Here we go. Through to the right here. Lukey lifted up neatly there. Absolutely. If the Cowboys don't do this for 80, then it kind of puts a damper on their form, right? They really should be doing this for the entire game. Drinkwater. Over to Talangi here. Murray Talangi passes back now. And they find the pass here. Scott Drinkwater. Clifford wants a double here. And Clifford's going to be held on the floor. I'm surprised Talangi managed to find his way into a pass back. Now to the right here. Dearden kicks. That's a knock-on from the Panthers. That's a knock-on from the Panthers. Yeah, because he didn't just charge it down once. He tapped it a couple times. So, yeah, knock-on there. The Cowboys are all over the Panthers, not giving them any chance. Zero chance. They're giving them zero chance. Not a one right now. Not a one right now. In fact, you know what? I think that they're giving me more of a chance of winning this game than them. And that's saying a lot. I'm not even in the game. Yep, he charges down. Yeah, definitely not a play on. There we go. Cowboys now feeding in the scrum from the 10-meter line here. I'm sure Para fans remember 46-6 at halftime round one last year. Of course, we remember that Redekama, but we're not going to do that this year. Also, we were coming off a very tough period for the club. Yeah, that game's just something we got to accept was part of our history, but we move on from it and we get bigger from it. But yeah, that game does exist. Reed Marty. And that's a very, very rookie error from Jason Taumalolo, legends. Taumalolo batting back now. Wait, the referee's coming in too. It's a penalty for the Panthers as well on top of that here. Taking a look. Watching it. So Reed Marty tackles him. Okay, yeah, Scott Drinkwater a little rough for holding him down there. Definite penalty. There you go. Cohen Hess. And now it's a tap and go down the right here. And the Penrith Panthers are held on the 40. Stepping around here. They keep moving with it. Could we see the Pars potentially get something before halftime? I don't know personally, but it would be big for them if they could in this one. With how dominant the Cowboys have been in this game, they will be asking for anything at this point in time. Down the left here. Stepping around now. The Panthers. Nick Murphy with the tackle now on them. Nick Murphy got down. Might be a repeat of last game, legends. Might be. Might be, only probably worse. Over to the right now. It's a kick in the air from the Panthers. Could this be a try? No, Talangi wraps it up too easily there. Every time you think maybe they could have the smallest sniff, it's a no deal from them. Not going to happen. No, sorry. Never, ever in a million years are you going to get that butter on your popcorn. And there we have it. 13 minutes still to go in the first half, legends. What a game it has been so far. I'll tell you now, at the very least, this has been more entertaining than Raiders Storm. Storm were just giving me nothing to work with. Like, the Panthers don't have much to work with right now, but, you know, they're the Panthers. I can work with that. You can't really work with much with Melbourne, you know, without just flat out not liking them. Looks like we have a player in trouble here potentially, though. This could be a problem for the Cowboys. Zach Laybutt's in a big bit of trouble, and he is in the bin for 10. Zach Laybutt goes to the bin, the number 4 for the North Queensland Cowboys. On report, and in the bin he goes. Penalty for the Penrith Panthers. Deliberate actions non-stop. Makes sense. Got to do it. You know, you can't have them deliberately slowing and all that. It's just an example being made there. Penrith Panthers with an extra man up here. Good move from Jensen Turnai. And now we go over to Jacob Varlo. Through the middle here, close to the line now. We go to the left here. Kurt falls. Kurt falls for the try line. And Kurt Falls couldn't quite get there. He's held up by Scott Drinkwater and Lukey. Now right in front to the left here. Oh, it's nearly a lost ball there from the young 5'8 there. Skipping along here. Just a few meters out. Fourth tackle. Short pass back here by Billy. He gets it over to Vea Tuaputula. And held right in front here. Billy again here. One last hit. Panthers potentially. And Drinkwater, I think, will throw that out of play for a goal line dropout. The Panthers finding their rhythm in this game finally. And a bit of momentum. It only took being a man up and a 28-point demolition on them to make it happen here. And here they go. Who do you want to win, legends? Let us know in the comments as we read every single one on the channel. And considering that like button if you're enjoying here. Moving over, North Queensland Cowboys finally being put on the back pedal to the previous moments in this game here. At last, we are seeing a challenge. Panthers with a massive chance here, as Kate says in the chat. Absolutely, legend. Huge chance for them in this one. And instead, oh no, reverse decision here. It somehow ends up in the hands of the Cowboys from the Panthers. Quick play there. And now here they go, the Cowboys. Down the left now. Moving forward here. They have the ball back here despite all the pressure that was on them. Dearden now with the step, gets the pass off here. And now Thomas McKaylee will take a tackle. Thomas McKaylee gets to the 40 and goes down now. McKaylee down but not out. Reed Marty finds Dearden. Dearden. He's a slippery little bugger, Tommy Dearden. And Dearden is held on the 20 now. Clifford finds his way to Burns. Burns wants a hat trick. Burns will not get a hat trick. Burns is held right in front. I've never been to a game with a send-off. I hope to see it one day. I remember I was at one of the games. It was a finals game where Cameron Munster went to the sin bin versus the Parramatta Eels. And people who don't understand how rare that is, or maybe somehow are before Munster's time, Cameron Munster never really got sent to the bin. I think that was the second time in his career, or first time even. He only ever got sent to the bin twice in his career. That's what I know for certain. And funnily enough, I believe it was because of something involving Reed Marty, who plays today for the North Queensland Cowboys. Isn't that a big little fact for you, legends? Little nugget of truth for you. And here we go. The Panthers. Laybart. 6.5 minutes till he's back on the field here as Clifford collects the ball from the kick here. And Clifford moves forward now. Over to the right now. It's a good pass there to his supporting second rower. They keep moving with it here. They like to move it well. And just under pressure there, the Penrith Panthers, this is a full set right here. They're going to have to take a deep breath and dig deep not to concede, the Penrith Panthers. Reed Marty to Dearden. Dearden finds Scott, and Scott loses the ball and kicks it out of play. Thank goodness for the Penrith Panthers. They hold on again here. And honestly, if they can get to halftime and not having conceded 30, they can be really proud of themselves, I say. It was a bit of a rough pass anyways, but Scott Drinkwater did not collect that correctly either. Now to the right, and just through the line there we go. Patrick Moyboy on the ground here. And Jesse McLean to the left here. We go through the middle now. And Kalani Going is held on the ground. Back around here now. The Pink Panthers are back in full support here, but our legendary Pink Panther isn't in the team, of course, Dylan Edwards. Still 8.5 minutes on the clock here as Panthers get 6 again for a ruck infringement. They need to take advantage of moments like this in this game where they're a man up. Almost through the left here. Dearden wraps up nicely. It feels like there's always 2 or 3 players everywhere that the Panthers could possibly go against the Cowboys. And a huge tackle there on Zachary Clark. There was no way he was ever going to be able to maintain possession there. And Braden Burns collects neatly to take it 45 out from his own try line. And now over to the left here, Murray Talangi, the other winger, collecting the ball now. I do hope you get to a game with a send-off too, Renakama. Will Cowboys barrel through the Panthers' defense? Maybe they will, legend. Maybe they will. They probably will eventually. But I honestly, for Panthers' sake, I hope not. Lukey, onto the 30 now. And now Dearden, they've still got 3 tackles left. I think they're just kind of thinking about what to do here. This is pretty like spur of the moment stuff, it looks like right now. Dearden, the short pass through there. And he was so close to breaking through Kayo O'Donnell there before he couldn't. Short kick from Clifford. A bunch of Panthers. And it somehow ends back with Clifford. Surely that's a try for Clifford to make it 32 points on the board. I hope to see a try. I hope to see Cowboys get another try, is what Renakama says. And your wish has been granted. Clifford, in pretty much the same corner, through a bit of luck, has bagged another. It is 32-0 to the North Queensland Cowboys. And they're a man down. They're just all over them in this one here. It's just too much for them to be able to handle in this one here. Could you argue an obstruction from the Cowboy defender? Yes, but I don't think he was ever getting there anyway. So I think it's okay. Cowboys are looking to bust past that defense. Bro, they're busting past that defense. Mate, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't get over that defense. You know, that attack has been incredible for the Cowboys today. It's been a real thrill to watch as a rugby league fan. Such a thrill. Cowboys are looking to bust past it and never look back. Baby, there's nothing holding them back. Oh, whoa, whoa. Cowboys have busted past them, and they've done it. All right, Scott Drinkwater from the sideline. Can he nick himself another 2 points and make it 34-0? 34-0, guys. For Scott Drinkwater. Oh, he needs it to bend. It won't. It won't. It remains 32-0 here. Bobble says go Perth. Honestly, as somebody whose family origins come from the North Sydney Bears, you know what? Yeah, good credit to Perth. I hope they do well when they come into the comp. Good on Perth, Bobble. Good on Perth. Go Panthers, says Bobble. He's going for the Panthers to change their results in this game. They're 32-0 down, but he wants it to be completely shifted in another direction. Long kick in the air here. And on the right, on the 10-meter line, it's collected by the Cowboys. Dearden now with a short pass around now. They keep moving with it here. Held back now. Thomas McHaley on the ground. Here he goes. Now I'm going to read Marty. Now to Burns. I go for Panthers. Good for you, Bobble. I really hope that they do well for you and improve from this result so far. To be fair, in the defense of your team, Bobble, they are playing a lot of rookies. I think if this was the first team, Panthers team, this would be a very different game with how random Cowboys are passing around. As soon as, actually also, I do want more people in the chat supporting different teams. So feel free to support the Panthers, legends. Don't be afraid to jump into the chat and say you support Panthers. Dearden breaks through to Scott Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater almost around. Hello, Bob. Reed Marty, 87 meters gain to Dearden. Dearden to Lukey. And it's another down the middle. Somebody get out the Panther Schnitzel. It is 36-0. And there's still a man down, the Cowboys. I repeat, there's still a man down and they're doing this. 36-0. We're not even in the second half. It's not even half time yet. There's still 4 minutes to go. Could they hit 40 points before the halftime hooter? The North Queensland Cowboys. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. I guess more Cowboys fans have subscribed today than Panthers fans. Because that's how it works, legends. I don't make up the rules. That's statistical truth. The more people that sub from a certain fan base, the more chance their team has at winning. It's just the simple truth, legends. Clearly more Cowboys have done it. A total destruction of the Pars. As soon as I want some more Cowboys, they score. Keep saying it, legend. Keep saying it. Or stop saying it for the sake of Panthers fans. I've got 4 try scorers for only the Cowboys, and none of them have hit. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. That happens to me all the bloody time. Well, makes you wonder. It genuinely makes you wonder if, like, they set you up for failure with that stuff, right? Who do you go for? I go for your rival, the Parramatta Eels legend. That's why I'm wearing full Para stuff. 38-0 on the scoreline board now. They took the kick and slotted it in neatly here. Boom, boom, boom. Absolutely insanity. 38-0. I can't. 38-0. Jesus Louises. Yeah. I wouldn't be caught dead supporting your bandwagon team anyways. Total destruction. Stuffed the Panthers 46-26. Says Redakama season. 44-0 prediction is Redakama's prediction. Well, we're close to it nearly. Could be 44-0 at halftime. We'll find out. Over through the middle now. Thomas McHaley. Over to right now. Reed Marnie nearly breaks through the line here and couldn't get it through. What happened last year? Actually, what happened last year is we had one of our best years in a long time. We may have lost the Panthers twice, but we had one of our best years in a long time, heavily improved, hired a coach that will break our drought, built some great foundations, made some great junior developments, have really improved the side. We'll be challenging set ourselves up to be able to challenge for the top 8 this year. Would have made the 8 if it was a few weeks longer, but it unfortunately wasn't. Had a poor start to the month, which is why we didn't make finals. Overall, pretty good year actually last year from Para. That's what happened. Wasn't a prelim like the Panthers, but it was improvement, and that's all you need to build on. People forget that the year before the Panthers did what they did, they finished in the bottom of the bottom. They finished in like the bottom 5 or 6. Wasn't a good season from them before they went on their legendary run. The North Queensland Cowboys there. Over to the 30 now. Gets it over to Thomas McHaley now. Thomas McHaley runs forward here. Yeah, last year Eels beat the Knights 66-10. Exactly. Finish strong and build on to the next year. I missed the 2024 Bulldogs. Don't worry, legend. The 2026 Bulldogs will blitz your 2024 Bulldogs for you. How about that? Got you going. Now over to the right here. Thomas Dearden now on 4th tackle. Keeps pushing with it here. And the Cowboys managed to get themselves 20 meters out here. Reed Marnie with a kick in the air. 60 meters gained here. Burns bats back once again to Marnie backwards here. I think that could be a knock-on from the Panthers again here. Oh, goodness me. Poor buggers. Poor buggers. They can't catch a break. They just can't catch a break at all. Goodness me there. And Reed Marnie, he tried his best to get to that. Oh, the pressure is all over. This is actually kind of sad on the Panthers, to be honest. Like, I can't even enjoy this, like, to them because of how dominant it is. The Cowboys are just so all over them. It's insane. 2024 Curran was so good. Oh, well, hey, ask Mel on the channel. She loves Josh Curran. Matthew Lodge recently got approved to play in Vegas. Finds the pass around here. And almost through the line there. The Cowboys couldn't quite break through there. Zach Labour, who's back on the field. And then to Thomas McHaley. And held up. Wait, and we're going to pause the clock on 6 seconds, legends. Not 7. 6, not 7. 6 seconds. And are the Cowboys still down about playing like this? They were for 2 of the tries, legend. For 2 of the tries, they were. The Cowboys essentially had an arm tied behind their back and were thumping them, legend. Absolutely thumping them like they were nothing. It was actually really interesting to see. And I can't believe it. And all right, you never like to see it. Unfortunately, number 4 for the Panthers, Sione Fanua will probably be coming off the field here. The trainer forcing him off with a injury to the eye, it looks like, as it stands, but that's subject to change as they analyse that further. Dearden to the left here. He might be glad that he has an injured eye for now because Delaney's blown all over for another try. It's 42-0 to the Cowboys as we enter halftime. 42-0 with a kick to come. And this is what happens when you play a starting lineup versus a bunch of kids. 42. Scott Drinkwater with an assist that shows you exactly why he is Blues 18th man. Absolutely brilliant. And both wingers are on the score sheet for the Cowboys tonight. And this makes the Storm from last game look like prime bloody Broncos. Incredible stuff from the Cowboys. George loves to say TJC, hello, happy new year, George. At the buzzer, says Kay. Yep, right on the buzzer. Oh my goodness. On the buzzer, they get another, and it's a try. Scott Drinkwater now to make it 44-0 at halftime if he can get the kick here. And he's got it. Was there ever a doubt? Scott Drinkwater from near in front makes it 44 points to 0. And if they had gotten all their kicks, it would be 48. Absolutely perfect, near perfect first half from the North Queensland Cowboys. And with that, we say goodbye to the first half and to the halftime point of the stream. The TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. The halftime point of the stream where we talk about the game, the stats, the best players that we liked in that one, general NRL topics as well. Feel free to chat me up and talk about things with me, all right? This is the chillest point of the stream where I'll be able to fully answer and have good conversation with you that's not having to be sped through as quickly as it has to be during the things, all right? So make the most of the time. Enjoy it. We're one of the few channels where your boy doesn't leave you completely stranded at halftime with nobody to talk to, all right? You'll always have your boy TJC looking out for you. Rita Carver says, what did I say? What did you say? You said Cowboys score every time you say score, and that's what happened. 44-0 says George Alarm. Kay jumps into the chat here and says, Cowboys are just toying with their food. It's like a cat playing with a wounded mouse. So true, man. So true. The North Queensland Cowboys, again, it's men versus boys, and unfortunately, however average the men may be at times, they are men at the end of the day and are outdoing the boys. There's just that NRL experience there. Like, a lot of these guys have finals experience. I got to put that out there to you. Finals experience. There's no doubt in my mind that the Cowboys have named a much better team today here. And it shows with the scoreboard here. It's unfortunate for the Panthers, but ironically enough, this might end as one of the highest scores ever, potentially. Last I checked, the North Queensland Cowboys, they're like a team that's actually attracted to really record-breaking scorelines. I think what was it? It was like the Tigers beat them 60 points something, I forget. And then the next thing, they beat the Tigers like 74-0 or something, which was insane. It's very similar to that, the vibe of this game today. Guess what you said? I got a high-five DVD. Enjoy your DVD, George. Happy for you, buddy. How ironic that this is fairly similar to Cowboys 74-0 win. Exactly, Legend, as we were just saying. Extremely similar. 2020 preliminary robbed finals experience. Look, I agree that it was forward. Look, I'm going to say my opinion on that because I've said it before. I'll say it briefly again here. And there is bias in it. But at the end of the day, two things. Firstly, I'm not going to be ashamed of being so happy to be in the grand final. Actually, three things. Secondly, I don't think any team was beating Panthers, not even Cowboys, in that grand final. Thirdly, look, at the end of the day, was the pass forward? Yes. Was it a... should it have been disallowed? Absolutely. But also, at the end of the day, all right, that's not Parrot's fault. That's the touchy making the mistake. Okay, that's all on the ref and the touchy there. And you did have like a 12-point lead at one point that they blew. They blew at the end of the day like a 12-point lead, which I don't know if it was exactly 12, but it was roughly that. And at the end of the day, you can't be blowing those kind of leads in a grand final no matter what. And that's kind of my overall opinion on it. Whether or not I think it should have been disallowed is not relevant to what I think of it. What I think of it is how the Cowboys handled the game after that, where in the end they just were second to it. First meeting with the Tigers and Cowboys was 66-18. Yeah, it was 66-18. Then it was 74-0. Absolutely ridiculous. From 44-0, bro. I can't get over that scoreline we're seeing at halftime. Panthers will come back from 44-0 down. And they call Para fans delusional. No, good luck. Good luck. If that happens, I'll be surprised, but who knows? That's an insane call, though. That would be nobody's ever. I don't think anybody's done that before. Has anybody come back from 44-0 down in history? Because Panthers certainly haven't. They certainly haven't. Never. Not in a bajillion years. Like, never in a million years. Like, come on. Ooh, nearly opened something there. Sorry, Leaks. Yes, because we will tonight. We'll see, mate. We'll see. You know what? Credit where it's due. You're staying loyal and you're keeping your support from them. I've seen a number of Panthers fans that would be gone by now with the scoreline at halftime. So credit to you for that, for having faith. But as a neutral, I will not be changing my idea that the Cowboys are going to win now that it's 44-0 at halftime. Personally. If it happens, though, good on the Panthers. You can celebrate so hard about that because the Cowboys are the biggest chokers of all time. Seriously, you know what? At that point, just sack Todd Payton. Just sack him. Just sack him. He's not going to be able to fix it. This is a no Cleary, no EO, no bloody God, their team's so forgettable now. You know, none of their best players here. Whatever they want. If the Cowboys keep playing like they did here, I mean, it's 44-0, bro. Come on. Exactly. The Cowboys have to drop off heavily and the Panthers have to improve heavily if this is going to change. I just don't think it's going to change. I'm sorry. I will be astonished if anything changes from this one. 44-0. 44-0, man. The Cowboys are just all over them. You can't compare. As Kevin Garnett said after winning the 2000 ABS, anything is possible. Exactly. Anything is possible. But is it probable? Possibility and probable. I'm getting into bloody physics here. You know, it's like physical, probable. We got to get the stats out here. We got to figure this out. How? For those who didn't catch the first half, by the way, if you want to know exactly who scored in this absolute demolition, Braden Burns scored in the 2nd minute. Jackson Perdue followed it up with a nice little neat through run on the 5th minute. In the 11th minute, Scott Drinkwater decided instead of assisting, he's going to go alone. And then Braden Burns bagged a double before Clifford went, hey, you think you can score a good double? And then scored 2 tries in the exact same end. I add to Lukey's try that came after as well in the 35th minute. Those 2 came in while they were a man down versus the Panthers and scored those 2 tries, which makes it even better for them here. And then the last, but certainly not least, try in the 40th minute on the siren for halftime. Murray Taulagi, who was absolutely desperate to bag one pretty much the entire 40 minutes of this half so far. Just see me, I can tell you which Cowboys won't score. Just see me. Which Cowboys aren't going to score, Green? Which ones aren't going to score, legend? He's got all the ones. Isn't it funny? This many players have scored, yet you said you had 4 players to score and not one of them have scored. That's how it goes, man. It's just how it runs in rugby league. The people you think are going to score don't score. It's just how it happens. But hey, what a first game for Reed Marty for the Cowboys, eh, guys? Incredible reception. The passes, the kicks, the ambition, the voice, the volume, the simplicity. Reid Marnie showing exactly why he played in a grand final and why the doggies are absolute muppets. Huge stuff all around here. And I'm curious to see how much the Cowboys probably slow down a little as they shift the team at halftime, because surely they're going to give some of the reserves a chance on the field, like Jackson Polo and Robert Darby. Robert Darby, one of the most popular PNG players of all time, of course, being the first one to represent the Cowboys on the wing. Reid Marnie feeling his elbow there. Hopefully that's just a bit of a nick. He looks absolutely puffed, gave it his all in that one. I know this is a different NRL team came back down 33, by the way. Panthers aren't winning. Panthers aren't winning, but that's what you're saying. But 33, they came back from 33 down. Jeez, mate, that is a huge comeback. That takes a lot to do. That's not easy. But the chances that happens in a preseason game, this is preseason, legend. At the end of the day, I do want you guys to keep that into your thoughts heading into the season. Take these games with a grain of salt. They do not tell you where teams are going to finish. If this game decided where teams were going to finish, the Penrith Panthers would be playing in the bottom two. And I'm trying to figure, if you look at the results, the Titans are going to be first based on that. Yeah, the Tigers would be able to have a 5-peat. The Titans would be first right now. The Panthers would be in the bottom there with the Melbourne Storm. They'd be the bottom two, Panthers and Storm. That's right. Essentially, it's a flipped ladder, legends. Essentially, if we were to base everything in preseason on it, I want to see over 70-0 to Cowboys, says Kay. Honestly, legend, at this rate, I think it could be 80. At this rate. If they keep going how they're going, there is no doubt in my mind it could be 80 by the end of this. Do you think that the NRL should have a drafting system? I would yes. I think it could be worth a try. Absolutely. I think it could be worth a try. I am not wondering. I know it. Panthers will win. Good luck, legend. Good luck. I hope for you they do. I hope they do. I mean, it would be a real shame to celebrate 60 years with that. If they score 80 and I don't get one, I won't bet players ever again. 80 points and you don't get one, you just give up at that point. Like, come on. Surely. So the players that you had to score that haven't scored are Dearden, Tamalolo, Leibart, and Mike. How the hell is that even possible? How is that even possible? You don't even have, like, Tamalolo is a big call, but, like, most of them no. Like, what the heck, man? Honestly, Leibart should have scored by now. How Leibart hasn't scored. Now that you've pointed that out to me, I am astonished that Leibart hasn't bagged a try in this game yet. How? He's one of their most attacking players. Absolute seeds from across here. Clubs shouldn't be punished just because clubs shouldn't be punished because a long member wants more money. Yeah. Panthers are dead meat, says Cade. Yeah, I'm likely. But you never know. You never know. I've got to protect. I've got to keep up the idea. It could happen. You never know. Maybe, just maybe, they'll like all the players that generally play for their first team will go, right, I've seen enough and win 44 to them in the second half. The one criticism I will give the Cowboys for this game is that this is a perfect game for them versus the New South Wales Cup kind of team. But I don't think I've seen much organisation in their play. I've more so seen they're so much more refined and fit that they're just moving all around the place. They're passing willy-nilly, and breaking through random lines It doesn't feel set-pieced, doesn't feel created. It feels like they're just that much. And this isn't me trying to put down kids, by the way. I'm sure some of these kids in the Panthers team are going to be superstars. But they're clearly not there yet as a team to what the Cowboys or like a regular NRL team is overall. And it shows on the field here today for them. I do think that the North Queensland Cowboys have had a good game today, no doubt. But I do worry with the randomness of some of their plays, how that would go against the fully fit Penrith Panthers side with all their players. And I think that really shows you how big of a difference it is between, dominating the junior leagues and then going to the top of the top. Shows you that difference. Like, it's not the same, is it? Sup, bro? I missed Woody during the off-season so much. Me too, man. Missed it so much, Emu King. But I got Aquarium to yell at. I went to the local aquarium to yell at the eels. Fair enough, legend, mate. Hey, is there anywhere we can like look at like buddies or something and like boo them? It's hard to boo the Storm because they're just a man with a lot. Yeah, we can go to like the pet shop. It's hard to we can laugh. We can boo the dogs. Boo the dogs, absolutely brilliant. At this point, it could be 100 points, says Cabe. Look, I will say this. I highly doubt the Cowboys are going to keep it as first grade in the second half. I think that you will see the likes of Lodge, McHaley, O'Donnell, Harrison Edwards, Polo, Robert Derby, Ethan King, and Mason Barber getting more chance in the second half than you will Lukey, McIntyre, Cotter, Hess, and stuff. Marty probably will take a break at some point too, because even during the regular season, I highly doubt Reed's going to be playing an 80-minute role for the Cowboys. Cowboys have a higher chance of scoring 100 than Panthers winning. Rinakawa just talking good, man. All the best for you boys. Same back at you. Same back at you, Emu King. I love the banner, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this year, all right? Feel free. All comments are welcome as long as they're not too spiteful, all right? You know, the banter is real. I want to see it. I want to see it if the Storm beat Para. I want to see you guys commenting when I do that vlog and be going, Melbourne, if they win, all right? And if Para win, I want you to talk about how bitter you are about it. You know, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy our community together. The Panthers most likely won't get a point. If they get a point, good on them, I say. It'd be an improved half, certainly. They've never looked in it in the first half at the very least. 44 now. I can't remember if I've asked you or not, but how was the draw to West Ham? Well, it was awkward for me because that game was on at an awkward time because I had stuff to go to. So I watched the first 50 minutes on the TV, and yes, I did witness that first goal from West Ham, and that was frustrating to say the least. No haircut for that guy. Not that I care much about that. And, but by the way, for people wondering, this is soccer, football, the Premier League he's asking me about. I support Man United, who drew to West Ham. Look, it wasn't good enough to draw to West Ham, but also it wasn't a loss, and that was an incredible goal from Benjamin Sesko. I was watching on my phone. Benjamin Sesko, man, what a player. I hope that he absolutely keeps that up. He's run into some good form for Manchester United. Just wasn't quite the best. Eels have not played finals in the last 2 to 3 years. Yeah, well, if you're a real fan, you'd understand that it's not about finals. It's about actually loving your team for your team, the place, the culture. I can't remember if I've asked you this yet. We've done that. The Panthers most likely won't win. Exactly. The Panthers most likely won't win this game. We're almost into the second half here. Not too far away now as it stands between the two sides. Can't wait for both the Vegas games. You know, you got the other trial games, obviously tomorrow, the day after, and then the next week trial games. And then you've got the All-Stars, and yeah, it's going to be great. Who do you go for, Kate? Whoever Kate supports doesn't really matter, legend. I mean, Doesn't really matter who Cade supports. Cade's got a fair point. The Penrith Panthers are most likely not gonna win this. And look at that, 8 tries to 0 with a 62% possession rate to the Cowboys, 24 out of 26 completions to the pitiful 11 out of 17 for the Panthers. More than double the run meters for the Cowboys, 823 to 319. 21 missed tackles to the Panthers, only 1 to the Cowboys. There you go. And there we have it here. Getting ready for a big one now between them. The preseason challenge second half between these two teams is nearly underway. And with that, we're going to wrap up the halftime show and say hello to the second half of Cowboys versus Panthers once they kick off here as the Cowboys run out onto the field, ready for a big one here. Shout out to Penrith Panthers, number 14, Jensen Tuo, who's on the field now for them today. I mostly go for the Warriors, Titans, Raiders. They're an NRL fan. Panthers aren't winning New South Wales Cup anyway. They're not winning that either way. Anyways, legend. Exactly, Lorcan and Roach. Exactly. Exactly right, man. Not going to happen. No, sirree. Never in a million bajillion years. And here we go. Cowboys, Panthers, second half, 44-0 down. The ultimate historical moments. Here we go. Kurt Foles kicks them off here onto the 5-meter line here. Cowboys rushing forward now and smashing on his Matthew Lodge to open things up. He lodges forward, putting Penrith Panther number 19 on his butt there. Isaiah Scanlan. Over to the left here then, Thomas McHaley finds his way around here. It's a good pass there from Sonny Luke, who comes from the Penrith Panthers. He ditched them for the right side, it looks like. And then through the middle here, gets it over to Halem Lukey here. He looks like he's full of helium the way that he's just floating past them now. On fourth tackle now. And with quick speed there, they pass it over to Josh Ruxton, young Josh Ruxton. And then with the pass here, number 18, Patia is going to take the kick. Here we go. Number 18 is going to kick it in the air here now for them. And that's beautiful. Cowboys now give away a penalty, it looks like, actually. Oof. Tough luck for them. Put my last 500 on Pav. Listen, you can all laugh at him in the chat. Far out. Far out, man. I can't with that. I just can't deal with that. That's hilarious. It's Panthers were coming from this far down. Now through the middle here. Beautiful tackle there. McHaley and Sonny Luke. Now to the right here. Down and out. Lamoto there with the tackle on him. Beautiful hit there from Kayo O'Donnell. And then it's short around here. It's a good spin there from the Penrith Panthers there. Kalenic Gong on the ground now. Looking for a good pass here. Jensen Tuoi. It's a full set here again for the Penrith Panthers. Down the left side now with speed. They're like a bullet through it. Now to the right here. Almost around here. They keep going with it now. The Penrith Panthers, could they get a try before the game ends? Third tackle, they're right here. This could be the set here. Down to the far right. Here we go. Finally, they have a try. The Panthers took them long enough. The Pies have scored. Jesse McLean is over for them. Not to be confused with Casey McLean, who's been making a huge rap for the Panthers in the last year or so. It is now 44-4 there. Only 40 points to go. Only 40 points to go. Only 40 points. The Penrith Panthers fly on over there. Jesse McLean is your try scorer, but cleaning up the competition with that one right there, legends. And there we done, Abbott. Still not as good as Bailey Simonson, but he's all right. And the Picklebet try scorer is over. I hate Casey McLean. He thinks he's stuck up over Critter. Fair enough, Ridicava. By 40, I mean. He's still losing by 40. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. Can't predict everything. Kurt Falls from the sideline to make it 38 points the difference. With a deep breath here. Kurt Falls absolutely floats that in there. It is a 38-point difference now between the two teams. Penrith Panthers have, well, scored points. I don't really have anything positive to say about it other than they've got points. You know, like, what do they want me to say after that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And this has been a fun game to watch. The Cowboys, technically by halves, are losing 6. How can I watch live? It's on Fox League and Kayo Legend. I'm not sure how else to watch it. Maybe, between you and me, not that I told you, I'm pretty sure TikTok may have some lives somewhere by people that do them, but it's hard. It's just NRL's really strict with their copyright unless you're an American because they want Americans to advertise the game. It's kind of annoying, but it's the truth. And it looks like we have the Cowboys giving away another penalty here. Penrith Panthers, Kurt Falls takes it again now. And even if the Panthers have a better half, the chances they score over 40 points is extremely low. Panthers tapping and going now. Into the line, the Cowboys get them down on the ground here. Around, they keep going here. Goes to the left. It's a beautiful pass. And just collecting nicely there for the Penrith Panthers here. 35 minutes left on the clock now. They keep looping around here, the Panthers. Good run from their young hooker there for the Panthers, Jensen Tuo. And then round to the middle here. 2 tackles left in the set now. Tuo gets it over to Falls. Falls gets it over to Going here. Going goes, Going held. 5th tackle now. 42 meters gained here. And Falls is going to hit it in the air over to the right now. Plenty of pressure. Panthers bat it back. And that may be a knock on by the Cowboys potentially. Unless the referee has other words to say about it. Yeah. Knock on. The most points scored by a losing team was 40 points in the 44-40 point loss to the Eels in 2024. And they actually had points at halftime. Exactly. They had points at halftime. They didn't have no points. This would be like an all-time thing. And that's not going to happen in a preseason game that means nothing. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen in a preseason game that means nothing. 44 votes on the poll so far. 73% of you going with the Cowboys to win this one. And at this point, who would blame you? I think you're a very unhealthy gambler if you're gambling on the Panthers to win. Well, brutal tackle there from Lukey on the Penrith Panthers. Over to the right here. Few little tippy-toe steps there for them. And Harry Armstrong will take the tackle. Back around to the right here. Short pass, Isaiah Scanlan. And on the ground he goes. Kyle O'Donnell wrapping him up neatly like a present. Falls. Over to the left here, and it's a far left. Score. Is he going to get it? No, he's not. Cowboys defense proving too golden touch for them. They've got the golden ticket. Short run, and instead of scoring, I think that he may have got out of play, potentially. The referee's going up. He's celebrating. The referee is going up. It's no try. Well, be honest if he scored it, but I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure he went out of play. Let's see it here. Watching it again. So he plays the ball to him. Absolutely runs in. Absolutely no try. Absolutely no way is that a try. He goes completely out of play and never grounds that ball in the end goal while in the field of play. In fact, he doesn't ground it flat out. He grounds it on the dead outside. It is a very clear no try there. There you go. No try. Penrith Panthers. No deal for you. Very clear there. Boom. Yeah. Good defense from the Cowboys. Huge from them. No try. House bet on it. You get to keep your house and get another Rinakama there. Clear, no try. Called. Good job on the Cowboys for their defense there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. There you go. And now over through the middle here. Penrith Panthers on the defense here after Cowboys put up a brilliant piece of defense. It wasn't a try. He grounded it on the outside ledger. You can't ground it anywhere. You've got to ground it in that field. Grounding it on the sideline is not a try. Look it up in the rule book. There you go. The Cowboys here. Number 22, Jackson Paulo is on the field here. Running forward now. And now Sonny Luke to the right. Thomas McKaylee. McKaylee held out now. Sonny Luke. Kick in the air here from Mason Barber over to the right, and it ends up in the hands of Mr. Lister Jackson Edgar. Well, if you think that they should be allowed to score from scoring out of play and going out of bounds of the field, then you clearly didn't read the rules good enough. Penrith Panthers forward here. Over to the left now. Beautiful pass. Remember, legends, if you're enjoying the stream, remember to hit that like button and subscribe as we chase a wonderful 6,000 subscribers. But 5.4K will be enough. I'll be happy enough with that, which we'll get to soon enough. Penrith Panthers, Cowboys. Knock on. Fit a ding, ding, ding. Bit of bong, 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 bong. Back and forth non-stop. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. It goes flip, flip, jack. It's like pancakes. Whoa. It's like flipping flapjack pancakes. Patia. Goodness me, Patia. Mistake there. We'll go back to haunt them here, potentially. The Cowboys maintaining the game as it stands here. And on the 40-meter line here, the North Queensland Cowboys to feed it in here. Over to the left now. Still on their own side. Moving around here. North Queensland Cowboys. Sonny Luke keeps flipping it around here. Now through the middle now. Beautiful run there from the Cowboys. And Mr. Ethan King has made a difference, hasn't he, coming on? Over to the right now. Beautiful bolo. Here we go. Braden Burns. He wants another. Burns barely stopped by the defense of Harry Armstrong. Incredible stuff from him. And it's actually going to be a penalty for the Cowboys as well. Harry Armstrong just a bit too quick off his thing there. And there you go. Penalty for the Cowboys. Tackle without the ball. Yeah. And there we go. Takes it out of play there. I see random Para jerseys in the crowd. That's good to see. Random Para fans for the win. Now let's go to the left here. Lukey taps and goes. And whoa. Instant regret from Lukey with a quick mistake there. Out it is. And that is just such a loose carry. It's not even funny from them. And the North Queensland Cowboys now defeated the scrum here. No, not Cowboys. Panthers defeated the scrum. Sorry, guys. TJC's hitting his 9 o'clock brain where he goes mushy for a second. Back around here. Credit to you guys. This is looking to be our best viewed stream of the year so far. Appreciate you guys so far. Consider, if you haven't yet, hitting that like button, sharing around, and all that stuff. We're going to cover, no more than 20. And thank you for listening, legends. Penrith Panthers lose the ball again, it looks like here. Cowboys, Lukey makes up for his mistake and gets the ball back for the Cowboys. Oh, goodness me. Poor Penrith Panthers. They have been played like a firstborn's children's toy. Goodness me. Actually, I'd say no more than 16. Possibly not. Now over to the left here. They keep moving forward between the two sides. The North Queensland Cowboys. I can almost sniff that 50-pointer coming up for them in this play here. Over to the right here, Thomas McKaylee. McKaylee pushing forward here. It's a good tackle there. Billy Phillips wrapping up again. Over to the left now. Finds the pass here. And just collecting it on the edge is Harrison Edwards here with some NRL experience. Harrison Edwards on the ground now. Finds his way over to Sonny Luke. Sonny Luke serves it to Lodge, but Matt Lodge won't be able to break through. Maybe he will in Vegas, though. Sonny Luke again. Short, and it's another try for the Cowboys. Kai O'Donnell scores a try that will surely earn him a drive-through at McDonald's. Kai O'Donnell, McDonald with another one. And the Cowboys make it 48-6 with a kick to come. The North Queensland Cowboys all over the Penrith Panthers. The pass just can't hold them tonight. The Cowboys are unstoppable. And it's moments like this that you absolutely dream for when you're a Cowboys kind of supporter, you know? Absolutely incredible. And it is 22 games for the Cowboys. That's a try for him, finally. And there you have it, waiting on the 50-pointer. Technically, we can joke about the fact that nobody who's conceded 50 in the NRL era has went on to win the comp. So, if they get the kick, Panthers can't win the comp this year. Let's just say that, eh, legends? Panthers can't win the comp this year. 48-6 now is the scoreline. And the Cowboys just talking with themselves about how they're going to play it. Absolutely brilliant try. And this is a big kick. Liam Sutton here scored the second most points per win in Manly in 2025. And he makes it 50! He makes it 50! Even if it's preseason, we're going to jokingly count it. 50! 50! 50 points! The Panthers have conceded 50, legends! They've conceded 50! 50! It means nothing, but it's 50 points on the board! The Cowboys are on top of them all, And we keep going with it here. Sonny Luke, over to the left now. McKaylee brushes with fate there as he runs into the Penrith Panther. 25 minutes left on the clock here still in this game here, but 50-6. Oh, my God. 6 again, ruck infringement for the Cowboys as well here. All right, let's see how this game ends in terms of points. Sonny Luke now around the former Penrith Panther runs in. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if the Panthers did get 60K. Down to the right here, second tackle now. Catching up neatly for them. And just getting it done. Background left here. Beautiful for the number 21 there, Harrison Edwards. And been loving the stream today, guys. Appreciate yous in the chat getting all active amongst each other for this one here. Long pass around here. Oh, Panthers counter-attack could be on if they didn't knock it on. If they didn't knock it on, it could have been on proper there. Jeez. So close there for the Panthers, but not quite. Just wasn't meant to be. Just wasn't meant to be, legends. You don't have to do that, legend, but if they get 60, sure. Feel free to do that. 23 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. And I'm just looking at the scoreline going, I knew this could be one-sided, but this is crazy. They're just that much better, the senior team. They're just that much better. Over to the left here. They keep going. And Armstrong held on the 40 of his own side here on first tackle now. They keep moving with it now. Penrith Panthers over to the left here. Stepping it around now. Stepping it around and held out in it here. Now to the right. They keep pushing with it here. The Penrith Panthers on their way with it here. Onto the halfway line now. 2 tackles left in the set now. Clearing it in the air early, actually. But it won't mean anything as the Cowboys collect here now. And he's actually going to stop here, Ethan King, instead of running because it's a penalty, apparently, to the Panthers. What did Matt Lodge do? Yeah, late contact from Matt Lodge. He probably could have backed out of what he did there. Yeah, he could have backed out of that. Absolutely. Yeah, penalty. I agree with that. You'll love to see it. Panthers can officially no longer win the Honestly, Ridakama, I wouldn't even mind even if you missed some streams, if you just jumped in every stream and said that, just to remind me of like when Para loses a game, like at least Panthers got to win the comp. Be like that. Over to the left now. And they keep moving with it here. Short stuff all around there. Can they link up with Harvey Loza? No, but they will link up with Josh Ruxton here. And Josh Ruxton will go to the ground now. Preseason or not, rules are rules. Like it, Redakama. I like it. Short ball here, Cowboys. It was 6 again for being inside the 10 meters, so it becomes penalty to the Panthers. Bing, bada boom, bada bing. There you have it. There you done have it. Skawoosh, kadoosh. Now with the tap, it's a speedy run there. Look at that, Zachary Clark. Honestly, such a big lad. I'm surprised he hasn't got a try today. Almost around here. Moves over through the middle now, Mr. 24, Josh Ruxton here. Back into our boy there, Zachary Clark. Zachary Clark again, held back. Back to the left here. Moving forward here, they continue going. It's another error from the Panthers, potentially. No, the ref says it's fine, and I think that'll be a try for the Pars, potentially, in this one. The Cowboys didn't care enough to even chase it there. No, wait. No, the ref says no try. Let's see what changed. Yeah, knock on. It's the knock on from the Panther. Yep. Yeah, the knock on from the Panther. No try for the Panthers. If I miss a stream or Para loses, should I remind you that Panthers can't win the comp? You should. You should, Redakama. I think that would be golden. I'd even point it out in some of the vlogs probably if you said that, especially the Panthers ones. Anyways, legends, 20 minutes, 42 seconds to go. We are on the second drink break. Once that is done from them, we will be finishing up with the last 20 minutes and 42 seconds of the game. Going to be legendary. 50-6 so far is the scoreline. It's what the doctor ordered. Scott Drinkwater, who's now on the sideline, just having a chat with Fox, with Brent Tate there. Good stuff all around here. You got to give credit where it's due to the Cowboys. They were all over them. Once again, no try. Well, legend, if a player knocked it on in the lead up to a try, then it's a no try. And the Penrith Panther that it came off of before the try scorer hit the ball with his hand forward. Therefore, it's not a try. That's how it works. It's just rugby league ruling. It's okay if you're new to the game and like just started supporting Panthers a few years ago. That's all good, but that's how it goes. Bob will just... Let's keep going with it. Oh my God, my stream is just... Okay, how do I... Yeah. Yeah, okay, there we go. That'll make it easier for you. Anyways, legends. Carrying on here. Goodness me, what a game. All right, we're back on with it now here. The Cowboys rushing forward here. Over to the left, Jason Tamalolo goes to Clifford. Clifford, around they go. Clifford, the big cowboy. And that was kind of loose from O'Donnell, but luckily enough for him, he maintains possession. And here comes King through the middle here now. King moving forward. Round to the left now. High kick in the air now. Good kick, good kick, good kick. Cowboys backwards. Kayo O'Donnell has a double. Kayo O'Donnell has a double. Those are words I never thought I would say. Kayo O'Donnell has a try again. 54-6. Yeah, got you, legend. Got you. Can't have people disrespecting my regulars. You make me respect her more. I hate to say it. I appreciate that, legend. We do our best. I understand that not every para fan's perfect, but like, you know, if I'm doing that for you, that means I'm doing something right. Okay, and for what it's worth, you know, as much as I don't like the Doggies, I like a lot of Doggies fans. You know, it's how it rolls. You know, hate the club, you don't have to hate some of the fans, right? There can be good in every fan base, I feel, in their own ways. We all have our origin of how we support teams and that. And yeah, you know, overall, while yes, I'm a para creator and that, I am also, because of the streaming, a firmly just NRL creator too. So like, you know, we've got a huge diversity of fan bases here, so it'd be pretty wrong of me to try and be too one-eyed towards one or the other, right? We want 60, says when it comes. I'm with him. We want 60. We want 60. We want 60. It is 54-6 right now with a kick to come here to make it 56-6 potentially. And number 6 is taking the kick today. Jake Clifford. Will he get the big 2 points on the board to make it 56? All they'll need is a try if they do that. Jake Clifford from the sideline in the offie to smack this down into the post with his boots. And when I said into the post, very close to hitting the post, but he gets it in barely. He gets it in barely. He's got it. It's 56-6 now. And so many tries have been scored. It's actually been a hoot. I just love when hate watchers are successful. I know what you mean, Renakama. I know what you mean. When a hate watcher is successful, it just hits different, doesn't it? It just hits so special. I would like to point out a scary fact for you, legends. Our poor boy, okay, up here, that gave us his tips for who he thought was going to score. Not one of them has scored yet still. Not one of those guys has scored yet, and that's kind of scary to me, how not one has scored yet. It's 56-6, and not one of them have scored for him. It's actually insane. 2 second half tries to Cowboys, 1 to the Panthers. 6 out of 8 completions in the second half for the Cowboys, 6 out of 10 for the Panthers. The Panthers have had more opportunities and only done as much. Yeah, 10 tries. Just wow. Like, yeah, Jesse McLean got his try, but like, let's face it, that was a really just... Cowboys were kind of lazy with the defense there too. Like, it wasn't anything big. High kick in the air from the Cowboys now. Lots of chase on this. And, tackle. That's got to be a penalty, right? That's got to be a penalty for the Panthers. He grabs him by the legs off the... Yeah. See, even if I don't like the Panthers, I can be honest there. That is absolutely a penalty. Sorry, Derby. You guys can't be doing that. That is very clearly a penalty. Cade Mill says, I hate Panthers. Go Cows, get 60. They're only 2 points away from it, Legend. Well, actually, not only 2 points. They're 1 try away from it. TJC is mathematics. 1 try away from it. And they've got 17 minutes to go to do it as Panthers get the ball on the 40 here as they look to get to the halfway line almost instantly. Oh my God, they're gonna pull him out of play immediately. They're gonna pull him out of play immediately. The Cowboys are unstoppable tonight. Absolute scenes here at BB Prince Stadium. One more Cowboys try will make my weekend. Oh, same here, Renakama. Same here, man. Unless Bulldogs lose tomorrow, but then again, it's just preseason. Exactly. It's just preseason, guys. Let's have fun with it. Even if Para lose preseason versus the Sharks, which I don't think they will because of the lineup difference, if Para do lose to them, firstly, that's very Para. But secondly, I'm fine with that because ultimately I'd rather get the points during the actual season, right, Legends? Like, just enjoy the games. Cowboys, no, they threw them out of play, Kate. They threw them out of play. Clifford now going over to the 10-meter line here. 3 tackles left to put 60 on the board. It's a little dummy there, but he couldn't quite break through there for the Cowboys, Harrison Edwards. Sonny Luke over through the middle for 60, and it had to take a big tackle from Lamoto to stop him. Low kick through the air here, and that's 60. That's 60. Kayo O'Donnell again, I think, has a hat trick. Kayo O'Donnell of all players. That's the row. Kayo O'Donnell. He's number 20, and he's got a hat trick. 60-6. Kayo O'Donnell. How has he managed that? This is beyond a joke at this point and becoming the stuff of pure science fiction. His ability to chase the balls tonight. And no matter how hard Cameron Caden's tried to get there, he was never going to catch up to Kayo O'Donnell that close to the line there. And O'Donnell makes it 60 points on the board. And this might be the biggest win of the round. And honestly, the sad truth is that this being a 13-plus win was so obvious, but it being 60-6, probably not. Honestly, kind of embarrassing. It's only preseason, don't stress about it, but still. Cowboys, Jesus Christ, guys. You're not giving them anything, are you? You're not giving them anything, are you? This is just, boom, try. Absolutely incredible. Clifford now from the sideline to make it 62 points to 6. Jake Clifford. He's missed it. He's lost it. His team have never been in worse shape from that, and it's going to be 60-6 how it remains. Can it become 66 soon, potentially? Is there enough time for 70? 14 minutes? Technically, yeah. There's enough time for 70. With 14 minutes on the clock, there is time for 70 if they wanted to, but I'd say that 1 more try is more likely than 2, but yeah, there's technically enough time by stats, right? Technically, if you were looking at historically, there's time for like 3 tries, but wow, this game, man. Insane stuff all around here. The North Queensland Cowboys collect the ball. Hess into the line here. Cohen Hess. A bit of an under-talked about North Queensland Cowboy forward there. Goes over to the right now. They keep on pushing with it now here. And go down to the ground. Back over to left now. Jason Taumalolo now. Finds his way over to Sonny Luke. Who goes to Clifford here. Who then moves around now. Pushing forward here. It's the hat-trick hero, Kayo O'Donnell now. If Cowboys never missed a conversion, they would be 1 try away from 70. Exactly right. And that's insane to think about. Jason Taumalolo now through the line. I think Taumalolo was looking if he could get an offload off, but it wasn't meant to be. 4th tackle, Sonny Luke, offloads here. King moves forward. It's a long pass. And it's an intercept from the Panthers. And he's going to be running the entire field. 21. Down he goes. And he crosses on over for a try out of nowhere for the Panthers off of an intercept here. And that will be a try to remember for Gerard Lydiard. And you can hear the boos from the chat, the boos from the field, the boos everywhere as the Panthers have bagged themselves another try. It is 60-10 now with a kick to come. And technically, if the Panthers were to take something from this, they have a better kick percentage this game. But that's not saying much, is it? That really isn't saying much. Like, at all, actually. At all. And in the battle between Todd Payton and Ivan Cleary today, Ivan Cleary gets a little biscuit after losing most of his lollies to Todd Payton, the big bully. Absolutely, in its own way. So, you know what? As one-sided as this has been, in its own way, it's been a pretty hype game to watch, this one, to stream, right? Like, in its own way, as much of a smashing as it's been pretty fun to do. Like, it's been its own special kind of one here. Sam Curro jumps in the chat. I know your name, man. So it's a huge year ahead of for our Seals, bro. Absolutely it is, man. It's a massive year ahead, and you'll be seeing me at 99% of the games this year. Just probably not round 2 and Magic round, but overall, you'll be seeing me at pretty much every game. I've got so much hope. What do you think our chances are? I think our chances of finals are huge, Legend. That's my call on you. Do I think we can go all the way? It's not that I don't think we can. It's that I don't know if we're ready to. There's a difference between not thinking you can and not knowing if you're ready to. I think that it's a big year for the Eels. I think we play finals, Legend. And that's about all I can really confidently say for it. I am going into this year with more hope than I have in a long time. This is the most hope I've come into in probably my entire time supporting Para. When it comes to my confidence in us playing finals potentially, it's skyrocket this year compared to previous years, man. Get ready for it. You, me, all the Para fans, all the Para boys, we're going to be having a big year together, all right? A huge year, actually. Look forward to, you should check out the vlog when it comes out. I'm looking forward to Storm vs. Para when we beat them, bro. Break round 1. How epic's that going to be? Glad I tipped the Cowboys as the neutralizer. Me too, man. Me too. I'm really glad I tipped the Cowboys, actually. Would have been ashamed if I didn't. I mean, like, how could you not at this point, right? And down the left here, the Penrith Panthers. Just keep up with it now. We go to the right. And there goes Armstrong down the middle again here. 10.5 minutes to go. Oh, man, I wish that it stayed 6. I mean, we could have a score of 6-6-6, Legends. We could have. The Penrith Panthers held on the 3rd tackle here. On the 30-meter line of their own side here. We keep running down the left here. Same here, Legends. Same. I'll be seeing a lot of you throughout the year, I assume. And it's going to be a fun time for us. Long kick in the air, 40. Oh, my God. Nearly got it, but the bounce just barely didn't work in their favor there. Genuinely thought that was going to be a huge 40-20. But no. You know, Ethan King had other plans for that one. And now they run forward with it, the Cowboys. I could see 66 points being put on the board soon, actually, in this one right now. World Club Challenge, who wins TGC Bronx or the other team, which I forget at the moment. You mean between those two? Oh, look, man. Let me think about this one for a second here. You know, the one between Hull KR is the team. Or the Broncos. I'm going to have to say the Broncos, Legend. I'm going to have to say the Broncos. I don't think it'll be like the Panthers, but yeah, the Broncos. I don't know about 70 anymore, Legend. I think Panthers have switched on. Panthers have broken through the line, and they're going to score again out of nowhere. The Penrith Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, are scoring again. Cowboys are slowing down a little in the last minutes again in this game. And Card Skips has a try now for the Penrith Panthers. It is now 60-16 now. Penrith Panthers have switched on, but at the wrong time to do it. With just 8 minutes to go and 30 seconds on the clock. The chances are just not there. They can't win it. They're just going to go and see how much they can minimize the scoreline at this point from here on in. And it was actually a really impressive run down the side here from, I think that was Zachariah Clark, who we were talking about earlier, is looking pretty solid for the Panthers, actually. And then the 5'8's just there, ready with speed. And one thing about these little forwards little 5'8's that we have nowadays is that they're fast, they're quick, they're nimble, they get through the line and they do their job with a passion like no other. So he was always going to get around the traps there when he got there. Just wrap it up, Penrith, says Rinakama. Just wrap it up. Just give it up, legends. What the heck? Just be done with it. Come on. Shout out to the 57% of you who tipped the Cowboy. I mean, not 57. The 58 votes for the 76% of you that tipped the Cowboys in this one. We truly are a very, very, very correct group of people, aren't we? Whoa. Cowboys, slotted in. Absolutely slotted in. And it's 18 here to 60. The Cowboys just switching off at the end so far. Panthers on top of them, seriously, I don't even know what to say, like a bird or a worm. Penrith think it's last try wins. They do. They think it's last try wins. Come on. We know that's the rule they make up for when teams are getting absolutely dominated. And the Panthers look both teams look absolutely gassed. They've given their all in this one. Hey, where the Panthers can be happy is that at the very least they've really, the Cowboys haven't gone easy on them, right? Like, this has been intense. And that's a long kick from Clifford. Ends up with the Panthers here, smashing into the line now for them here. We've got just 7 minutes left on the clock before we wrap up what will have been our second stream of the night and our final stream of the night before we go live tomorrow for Dogs Knights and Dragons Rabbitohs. Those should be legendary games to watch as well on the channel. Cannot wait for it here. Oh, would you look at that? Beautiful tackle from Matt Lodge there on them. Now to the right here, the Penrith Panthers with speed. They finally have found a bit in themselves here. After it took them nearly 70 minutes, but they found a piece of them now. The Cowboys have lacklustered a little. And now here we go with it. Fifth tackle, 39 meters gained, kick in the air now. Panthers chase on it. That might be a penalty for late contact. The referee says it's fine. I'm surprised by that considering the precedent with the Lodge penalty from earlier, but it really looked like earlier it was going to be 90 or 100 nil. It really did. It really did, Liam Eves. I think that the Panthers switched on a little bit more after the first half, but it did look really bad at one point. Absolutely, it did. Wait, hang on a second. We're pausing play. I think we've got some sort of review coming up potentially in this one. He's just having a talk with somebody. It looks like the referee might have to go off. Looks like Thomas McKaylee is the person in question they're chatting about. And the referee saying, no, you can't start it yet here. Cowboys waiting to play the first tackle of their 6-tackle set. Through the right here. They keep moving forward here. Over to the middle here. Sonny Luke with a short pass around now. I wouldn't mind one more Cowboys try. Oh, wouldn't you not? I don't know if the Panthers would want one more try. Through the middle now. King almost smashes through, the King of North Queensland. And then to the right here, it's a low kick from Sonny Luke. It bounces around a little bit here. And now it is going to be the Panthers' ball here. First tackle now for them here. Cowboys just trying to go a bit quick with it. William Timothy in the chat says, go the Cowboys. Shout out to William Timothy in the chat. His Cowboys have done him proud tonight. They've done everyone proud, especially Penrith dislikers, right? They've done us really proud, actually. Good scoreline to watch unless you're a Panthers fan. Because if you're a Panthers fan, this is just a really awkward watch, isn't it? Panthers over to the left here. And with quick speed here, there could have been a bobble there, but I think he maintains possession. He's good. Now to the left here. Low kick. Going. Plenty of speed from the Panthers chasers, but he is there, King, to wrap it up neatly once again here. King, he's been all over the place ever since coming onto the field, hasn't he? And now here we go. Taking the tackle now. It's Labour who refuses to score for our boy in the chat, unfortunately. And the referee is actually going to step in again here. Goodness me. And look at that bench on the side. You got Cotter, Tamalolo, Murray Taulungi watching out for it. Forward, is that the call? Was it forward into him? Do we think that was a forward pass to Hermie Loza? I didn't really notice at first, but it seems like it may have been in that case. There you go. 3.5 minutes still on the clock. What a stream this has been, legends. Keep hitting that like button. Keep subscribing, all that good stuff. Appreciate every single one of you that's joined the legends today. And it will only continue to grow throughout the year. Now over to the left here. And that's a beautiful run through the line there from Armstrong here with the strongest arms. Gets it around now. Harmy Loza. Here we go, forward. Harmy Loza. Keeps going. By the way, my apologies earlier. Nobody's corrected me, but I've corrected myself. It was actually Robert Darby earlier. And all my way through, we have another try for the Panthers. It's a double for the young 5'8". Kane skips, just skipping along there. It's 22-60. And if I'm the Cowboys coach, I am having a quick talk to them about this because ultimately their defense has to improve when they're playing the first grade. I know that they've switched off and don't really care, but they should stay always switched on in these games. 110% always is why you get the money you get, especially the Cowboys senior boys. I'm a little harsher on them than the others. I think Eels will have a 2019-like season this year. You reckon, Liam Eames? Honestly, I wouldn't even it's better than 2018, I'll tell you that much. I think a 2019-like season would be pretty good, actually. You know, let's to be fair, 2019 was so long ago. Even though we don't think it is, if you look at the NRL ladder in 2019, right? Yes, Para finished 5th, which is great. And I actually really appreciate you for saying we can finish around there, Liam, because I agree with you. I think that we can finish anywhere from literally 4th to 7th is the Parramatta Eels' finishing spot range for me personally. But, that's also with bias. I think roughly 5th or 6th is where I'm going to place us when I do my thing. Maybe 7th, we'll see. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look at this. What the heck am I looking at? Panthers were 10th. Panthers were 10th, legends. They were 10th. 10th. Goodness me. Awesome stream, legends. Thank you very much, Kate Mills, man. It's been a fun time. I've loved streaming for you, legends, today. 24-60, the official scoreline here. I could easily see Para having a 2019-like season. And you know what? I think, personally, a 2019-like season, it's not a drought-breaking season, but it's an improved season on what we've had the last few years. And to go in 2 years from what we were in 2023 and 24 to what we've managed to do in 25 and 26, truly impressive with ourselves, okay? We should be happy. We should be happy. I don't think Para fans have too much outside of us having a long time of not winning to complain about with that. You know, I think results are genuinely on the upside of that. And it's not going to help anyone by us only being negative, right? Rough kick from the Cowboys there. The Panthers collect it from out of play, but they mess up the boot and they do a way too short kickoff too from the drop out, and the Cowboys looks like the Cowboys will get themselves a penalty from the side, from like the front, in front, I think. I smell one more try for the Cowboys coming up. They've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to do it to make it 64, potentially 66 points. Through the middle now, the Cowboys, they want it. They want it so badly here. Cowboys over to the left. Thomas McHaley for the try. He's got it. Did he get that? He thinks he did. Thomas McHaley to make it 64. And they're going to give it. They're going to give it. God damn it, they're going to give it. The only try that's going to be better than that one that you'll see this year is when bloody Parramatta run over to score in the final moments of the grand final. McHaley is on the score sheet in the last moments. And the North Queensland Cowboys make it 64-24. I don't think they'll be getting 70 legends. There's 25 seconds left on the clock, plus the kick. They'll probably run out time and call it game after this. Absolutely incredible stuff. And he took on about 4 Panthers to score there. Where's the evidence that he scored, though, from any angles? Do you have to maybe trust the referee's call? Here we'll see. He got it. I think it grounds there. From the left angle going down. I reckon it's a try. Yeah, McHaley. Absolutely brilliant. He has never scored a first trade, this guy, but trials don't count. It's such a heartbreak that trials don't count, legend. But, good enough for him, I say. Good on him for getting any kind of try, right? Credit where it's due. That's a top win for him there. Thomas McHaley, longest try drought to 89 currently going here in games. Jeez Louise. Panthers are getting smashed, says Captain Chaotic. Absolutely. They're getting obliterated right now. They are getting made into a dog's breakfast here. Or should I say a Panthers breakfast. It is 66 points to 24. And they've stopped it on 13 seconds. It looks like the Cowboys will probably get like one or two more tackles under their belt in this one. Short kickoff, actually, from the Panthers here. And it's collected by the Cowboys. Yeah, looks like this will be the last play here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is full time. No, it's not. They let them play the ball here. Lodge backwards. It ends up with the Panthers. They offload backwards. Panthers could get a try before the game's over here, potentially. Flicked backwards. That's backwards from the Cowboys. They had to take the tackle here. It was a bit of a mess of everything there in the lollies. Almost did something. But that's the end of it, legends. And officially, it is full time here at BB Print Stadium, Mackay. The North Queensland Cowboys at full time have bested the Penrith Panthers, even if it is trials and rookies, 66-24. They've got a lot to look back on when it comes to their issues in the second half, but that first half, it was near perfection. Congratulations to the Cowboys on a huge win. 66 is still amazing, even though it wasn't 70. See you soon, mate. Absolutely incredible stuff. Congratulations to the Cowboys and the Raiders. The scores today, legends, for the 2 streams we had were 32-6 in favor of Raiders versus the Storm and 66-24 in favor of the Cowboys versus the Panthers. If you enjoyed, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, because the content just gets faster from here. We're officially back into the 2026 rhythm of things. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next lineup of streams. We probably won't be able to do all 4 games, but we'll try to do at least 2. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. All right, end this video. See you for the streams tomorrow, legends.